Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to part 2 of the rundown of my TEW WWE save. On the back of Wrestlemania 32, as I get prepared to enter 2016, and well, I'm in 2016, sorry, and enter the straight of Wrestlemania 33. That's basically what we're aiming for. So this episode is going to round up the roster, storylines, and various other things. So first things first, we will dive into the news archive, and I will quickly show you all the people we've let go, which has been quite a lot because I've signed far too many people because it was just a fun save. Workers leaving, WWE, where are we? This lorries. So yeah, that sums up. I've released a lot of people, and I believe that is just in 2016. So let's go. I will go 2016, and we'll go 15 later. So this year alone, so I had to trim the roster down massively, so get rid of Ted DiBiase Jr., Rich Swann, Drew Gallic, Sarah May Taylor, Spud, Eric Young, that would be Aiden English and Simon Gotch. Love the characters, but the age of them, and I just kind of thought they didn't really have the quality, and I had to trim the roster down, so they were to go. We know NXT. Jennifer Blake, Ayako Hamada, Brittany Fetkin, who's that again? I don't know who their real names are. Devin Taylor, that is. Marty Bell, Santana Garrett, Chantel Taylor, Jeff Hardy and Goldust went out because their contracts were expiring, none for them. Celeste Bonin, she's now at Shimmer, Brian Josie, Santino Marella, Mark Andrews, Shaul Guerrero, Casey Spinelli, Pierre Marcu, which would be Marcus Louise, Tom Larafa, which would be Sylvester the Fur, Alicia, Alex Riley, Angel Dioro, Alison Kay, Ricardo Rodriguez, Daphne, Nikki Storm, Sassy Steffi, Mary Dobson, Athena, Execute Sweet, Micro, Sue Young, Taylor Hendricks, a lot of deep knockouts there of Divas, Dylan Postel, which is Hornswoggle, Grado, gutted to do that, Kelly Skater, Darren Young, Sanada, Cherry Bomb, Chris Jones, Lee Van Dale, Biff Buzik and Sonjay Dutt, all but the bullet, and that's just this month or this year alone. So in 3 months I've released nearly 50 wrestlers. It doesn't help that too many are coming up for development too quick, but that's what it is, isn't it? Now you see 2015, 76 went, which were the Big Show. I'll just go from the SummerSlam ones onwards. The Big Show, the 201 Sisters, Jessie Kay, April Davids, Truth Martini, Harlem Bravado, Lancelot Bravado, Alberto El Patron, R-Truth, Rey Mysterio, April Hunter, Bobby Fish, because he was too old, great wrestler but far too old for what I'm trying to build here. Especially with overness, Sexy Star, Vida Scott, Brian Myers and Brett Major, so Hawkins and Ryder were gone. Had to do it, I did nothing for them. Eve Torres, Alicia Fox, Taya Vakari, Jesse Mackay, David Otunga, Wesley Blake, Davina Fly, Matt Silva is actually Matt Silva, I think. I don't know who that actually is. Oh, that's the other one in Blake and Murphy, that'd be this year. I don't know, it must be Blake then. I don't know, they confuse me. No, that's Blake, that'll be bloody Murphy then. Alright in real life, but just didn't have the overness for me. Nikki Bella, and she has now joined TNA. Nicole Garcia is the TNA NWA World Women's Champion, and she's also in TNA, sorry, so she's in NWA and TNA. Imagine that in real life. But Yoko Bito's gone, Stuart Tomlinson, aka Hugo Knox, Grizzly Redwood, Chas Bates, Herb Finkel, Shea Samuels, was gutted to let him go, and another TNA superstar, which is Thaddeus Bullard, who is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, obviously Titus O'Neil, and the last one, of course, was the two Colon brothers and Damon Duke, which is, of course, Leo Kruger and Adam Rose, plus then Tanahashi and Kota Ibushi as well, because they just weren't getting over. In fact, judging when it was SummerSlam was, you could be looking at Jimmy Havoc and Joe Kofi as well, but a lot of wrestlers out. Crazy to think that is literally 150 wrestlers I've let go, which is unreal. It's just far too big a roster. I'm trying to trim it down as much as possible. Other thing I'll show you, top of that by an absolute mile, so see we're the only international company. Archive, other thing I can show you is, if I can find it, there hasn't been many deaths thankfully, I don't like seeing that. In fact, this year we've just had Miracle Man, Corona and Mr. Fuji, and last year we had Sika, Animal Hamaguchi, Vern Gagne, Jesus Iniga, Brian Dixon, Ricky Steamboat, Pat Tanaka, Sheik, Adnan Al-Kassier, Terry Funk, Akio Sato, and my Bubba, Team Shiki, Iron Sheik, the legend. That was unfortunate. End of the year awards, we had Okada's Wrestler of the Year. Tag team went to Cena and Orton, apparently I paired them up a lot. Young Wrestler went to Daichi Hashimoto. Veteran Wrestler went to Minoru Suzuki. Female went to Cheerleader Melissa. Independent Wrestler went to Dalip Singh. Yep, the Great Khali. Couldn't get that one myself. Company of the Year went to us. The Most Improved Company went to BJW. And Match of the Year was Okada defeating AJ Styles from New Japan, which was a 99. Card of the Year again went to New Japan, which was quite gutting, but hopefully we can beat that this year. Match of the Year went to Lorena Blas and announcer Lenny Leonard, who we've now signed. Colour Commentator went to Lorena Blas and referee went to Mike Kyoda. They don't have 2014 because we started right on 2015, so obviously the awards weren't put in time. Because that's me, I've played this save now, I've played it since the Royal Rumble in real life, and I've managed to do, well, since the start of 2015 to April 2016. Great save, great fun. We'll go to size now. As you can see here, we've just turned international, because Great Lakes is now 71. The aim is to get Great Lakes and Northwest up a bit to about 72, make them secure, keep us international, because that allows us to get bigger TV deals, bigger pay-per-view deals, maybe a third TV show where I can put maybe the Divas in and just really use as many people as possible, and just help the company go further and further. Because if you look at the finance charts here, you'll see everything went down. Pay-per-view revenue went down, ticket sales are kind of inconsistent. TV revenue is right down because I just can't get a decent deal, so I'd like to improve that. And just stuff like the sponsorship is 1.6 estimated, which would be double what you were getting. So just stuff like that is the reason I wanted to finally get international and hopefully sustain it. So there's stuff like that. What else can we show you? We'll show you the roster. I'm going to show you just a couple of guys, just to keep it short. I don't want to go too high. Bad News Barrett, as I said, was one of the pet projects because he's the world champion. You see here, if we go to his popularity, well, A+ practically up across the board, but just the fact that we've been able to build him from a 66 C+ a year ago to 96, 97 is just tremendous. That's just a great push. That's when he won the title at the start of October, and since then he's just been an A+ player, effectively, just amazing. Or an A-star player as this game would have it, but it's not all good. If I go to my Mr. Cena, yeah, I don't think I dropped him out that much to be honest, but apparently I have, and he's ruined now. Some of these are 65, 66 everywhere. He was a 90 odd, he's dropped way down to 66. I literally can't get him to recover from it. The physical decline is really hurting his matches, and I think he's done. Other ones that this would go for is Sheamus as well. As you'll see here, there's pretty much only 50 odd, I believe. Sheamus popularity, 58. Wasn't very over to start with, but it's still disappointing the fact that he's way down, and him being 38, physical decline, it's hard to get him back up. I say they're really good. Sorry, they're not very good, but obviously Bad News Barrett's very good. Bray Wyatt's amazing. The other one that's really coming up, and I'm going to continue to push him on, is Balor. You can see there 77s. So since we debuted him, which would have been about this time last year, he's went from a 36 D- up to 77 B minus. We're going to push him on, get him to the main event, and pair him up with Heyman because he needs a manager because his mic skills are something like a C or something. But yeah, he's one that's definitely come on, and there's a lot that have been kind of stagnatic, have nearly moved. But the guys I'll be focusing on pushing this year is he'll be Balor, Ziggler, Rusev, Ambrose, Batista's done as well. I'll maybe see for some guys for NXT we can look at pushing as well, but they're the kind of people. As I say, because her title run, she's maybe dropped a little bit. Actual show ends on a minute, but Emma, 47, she was as high as 53s. She went for 36. She's dropping again, but we'll give her another push. I say she's still young, but I wanted to give Paige a run with the title. And Enzo, well, up from development. The good thing is his skills are strong, so he's been in development that long that he's going to be one of the best in the game. his pop went all the way up to 45 when he was in development. We've just brought him up, and since then he's just rocketed. Let's say 45, 49 even, so he's been up 9 in 2 months, and we'll continue to push him. So that's guys that I'm looking forward to. As I say, there is a big mix. Jericho's went right down, there's a lot that just haven't went on, but a lot will change in the next couple of months, and we'll see what happens with them. Storylines, the ones I've been running, Lesnar Bryan, the big line, Mick Roman's, looked really strong. That was just putting everybody in there. Roman's been in that since July. I just kept changing the people that were in it because the storyline was still getting good heat. That's obviously going to come to an end. That's been going on since July and October, so we'll probably end that. Seth and Randy's going well. That's not long started, and Y2J and Dolph was just to get Money in the Bank, but that's been going on for ages as well. Previous storylines, you know what I mean, just the usual, blah blah blah. Just need to try and end feuds before they end up going to no heat, but I need to know what my future plans were, so that's why nothing's been deleted just yet. Let's see, teams, not really anything new, it's mostly the same. You've got TMZ in there. I'm trying to really push Marty Scalero and Zack Sabre Jr. when we get back into it. I'm probably going to release Connor and go with Kenneth with Charlotte, since they're husband and wife, and really push him as a singles act and try and get her over as a manager to start with. Stables, the only one that really does anything is just really the Society, which is Cole, Hero, Balor and Owens and AJ Styles. I just forgot to add AJ in. Oops. That's it. Everything else is kind of disbanded. The New Age of the Fall's inactive, because Rollins was in a different show and nobody else was really improving apart from Harper. Announcers, there's a little change there. Ross, Cole and Layfield still do the events. Raw's now Ross, Matthews and Cole. And SmackDown's Tenay, Striker and Matthews. You know what I mean? Sorry, that's just the Raw brands. Actual Raw, would be Cole, Lenny Leonard and JBL. SmackDown would be Tenay, Striker and Matthews, and then you bring Jim Ross out for the pay-per-views. But not really much else to cover. As I say, hopefully we'll get a new TV show. Another 28 days before we get that, but hopefully we'll get cracking in with that. And no other thing really is development. As I say, there's nobody injured. Just a couple of people's on vacation just to shut them up and keep them happy. Still no plans to invest in anything to get to maybe 40 million or look at an arena, but we'll see how international goes for us, if we can maintain it and get some good TV deals. It's vital that we keep that till the TV deals so we can get some good deals and put it forward and hopefully continue to grow the brand where we can just be the best and kill every other company. That's the aim of this save, just to be the only wrestling company. It's good to have Prestige 100 and Momentum 100, that's really good. Can't really top that, I suppose. But the only other thing I'll show is development and then my user stats even. Development, we say a lot of people are developing so well, we're barely MD in development. Okay, Angelo Dawkins, Baron Corbin, Bailey, and build them up as soon as I can release you. You're gone. I get my first ever new gen, regenerated wrestler, which I don't know any. I'm not the greatest for historical stuff. I can't even tell you who that is with that Tash. But the new gen's called Boone Carrera. As soon as I signed them, they were graduates from the Performance Centre. As soon as I get the opportunity to, they will be, when they come to the main roster, I'll give them a custom face. The face pack that was given had a lot of generic ones, so we'll just give them one of them. We'll build that character up as to the wrestler he is there. So he's only 18, so I'll give him time. Same with the other one, which is George Kavanagh, who's been one of the Nasty Boys. I can't remember what one's what, unfortunately. Again, once he comes up to WWE, we'll change his name, we'll change his gimmick, we'll change his picture, and we'll make it one of the generic ones. But apart from that, we have young Takahashi, Eva Marie, everybody else is training, Jojo, Kalisto, Kaylee Ray, Kimberly, Mickey Keegan's training us as well, Mojo Rawley, Sawyer Fulton, Scarlett Bordeaux, Shanna, Taka Want to Be in, that's pretty much it. Everyone else is trainers. And then Fierce Females USA is just Brooke Adams, Hamiko Hoshi, Heidi Lovelace, Minuri, Makiba, Noelle Foley, but she's still not really developing much, but we'll keep her there. Rebecca James, Steve Kearns training them. Talia Madison, we've got Velvet Sky, so she's in at development and we'll bring her up. I'm really looking to see how far we can push her. Young 18-year-old Tashuki, and Viola O'Hara is everyone else in development. So yeah, they've just come up far too quickly. You know, the fact that all of them have went through in a year and a half, considering like 2 years down the line in development, Sami Zayn's still there. But stop some complaining, and not good enough, just punt them on, and if they do get overness, then bring them back and sign them. So last but not least, just looking to see if I've covered everything that really needs covered. Yeah, I think it's really just the user stats. If anything else that urgently needs showed. If there is anything you would like to see, put that in the comments section. I can make a small video on it and you can see it. But just the user log, user stats. So I've put this there now for a year and 3 months. I've booked 187 shows, which would be a lot more if I was keeping NXT. My best show still remains the one I done in January, in the first year. My best match was Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt defeating Barrett and John Cena, which was a 97 rated one. I think that'd be on Raw. So 97, and that was in October 2015. Highest attendance was Mania 31, which was 62,998. Obviously, the WWE since then has kind of declined with economy and the industry, so that's why it's not as good. Highest reputation is with the WWE because it's a fun save. You know, I'm not going to put it low just for a casual save. You know what I mean? I just want to book what I want to book. Highest pay-per-view rate was the 9.23, which was Mania 32, just there. And my highest TV rating was in December, which was an 8.53 with Raw. So there you go, guys. That is my WWE save at the moment. As I say, from now on, I'll be doing 3 months videos every big pay-per-view, whether it's SummerSlam, Survivor Series, The Rumble, and WrestleMania. As always, guys, if you do want to be kept up with every pay-per-view I do, it can be kind of sporadic because it's played as a casual save, and there isn't like the TNA save can be done has to be done every so often, you know, just to keep storylines going. This is just fun. Storylines don't have to make sense because it's just me that's playing it, and I will put stuff up on Twitter. It'll mostly just be match cards or if anything spectacular happens. But if you want to just be updated with that, beware I tweet a lot about FM and wrestling and just ranting in general, so you will get a lot of spam coming from me. But at 21 Maxwell, if you want to follow us on that for updates. But yeah, as I say, any questions about the save, put it in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, guys, and hopefully I will see you guys at SummerSlam 2016. Until next time, take it easy. This is till the next 21 Maxwell. Bye bye.